Alright, so the next person we're going to bring up to the stage is actually our very own guest performer for the evening. He is going to blow your mind. Absolutely fucking blow your mind. This is Boise's most mental performer, Mental Wes.
Keep it going for the girls. I should keep it going. Maybe not her though. Alright, so how's everyone doing so far? Pretty good? Great. My name is Mental Wes, and I am what's called a mentalist. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's just a fancy word for psychic illusionist. Ooh. And those of you who don't know what that is, it just means I'm a complete and total bullshitter. So, when the Firefly Girls asked me to do this show, and they told me it was a storybook theme, and I jumped right on board, because storybooks have always been important to me. Fairy tales and stuff like that, I've always seen this certain magic to them, and so they've always been special to me. And I asked them what everyone else was doing, because I didn't want to duplicate stories, you know. And they gave me this huge-ass list, longer than Santa's good list, even longer than its bad list, too. And I was like, I can't work with this. I'm going to take a workaround here. I'm actually going to create my own fairy tale tonight. Yeah! And it's not just going to be me. All of us here together are going to work together to create a fairy tale here tonight. Yeah! And who knows, it could be as original, as powerful, as time-living as like Cinderella or Robin Hood. Not the new Robin Hood, because that sucked. But, so, when you guys came in here, most of you, I know I missed a few of you, most of you came in here, I asked you to write down a noun on a piece of paper and put it in this box here. So let's go ahead and look at a few of these. Don't get nervous, people. We've got Paris. Okay, do you guys remember who wrote what? Is Paris in the house still? The person who wrote Paris? Over there? Alright, keep your hand raised for me. I'm just making sure you guys know what nouns are. I know, it's Idaho. I have to. I was a little below the belt. We got grandma. Is grandma here? Not a grandma, but whoever wrote grandma? Over there? Grandmother? Yeah. How about bathroom? There was who? There was someone else too that wrote. You read that. All right. You guys, congratulations. You know what nouns are. Those are all nouns. I was fretting up here because I was like, people are going to write verbs like jump and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is not going to work well. Because what we're going to do is we're actually going to fill in this board here with those random slips in there. And I'm going to have someone come up and help me. How about, what's you right there? Me? Yeah, what's your name? I'm Gail. Gail. Gail, come on up here. Round of applause for Gail, everybody. Now, Gail, all I need you to do is go ahead and reach in there and pull out a slip of every color. So there's 4 different colors. Just pick one of each and just drop it in that little glass there. Perfect. And I'm going to give you the microphone here. And I'm going to have you open those one at a time and read out what it is. And we're going to go ahead and fill it in on the board where its corresponding color is. All right?
Okay. Necklace.
Necklace.
Bee. As a bumblebee.
I'm slow.
Idaho.
Sea slug.
Sea
George.
George. That one's nice and simple.
Ooh, magic.
I'll let you go ahead and hold on to that here, and we're going to see how we did or what our little story is. These are definitely some interesting ones. Let's see how this goes. Once upon a time, there was a peasant girl who lived inside a George. Bad placement. One day, she fell in love with the prince, who quickly became obsessed with her necklace. Much better than what it could have been. But we all know where the necklace hangs, so we don't know how accurate that is. But the queen, who was a real bee, that was perfect. It was a real bee, disapproved of the young love. So the prince and the peasant girl sneaked away out one night and used the king's magical sea slug. I don't know if that's a metaphor for something else or what. To teleport themselves to a faraway land where they got married and they lived happily ever after. The end. I don't think it'll quite hold up to Cinderella, but it's pretty good if you ask me. Oh, please stay up here for a little bit more. I want to explain something. Earlier, before we conclude this experiment, I explained that fairy tales are very important to me. Storybooks are very important to me. And the reason that is because of the magic in them. I think the magic sparks our imagination, which sparks our dreams, which sparks our passion. And that passion just forces us to become better people and make the world around us better. And I think that's very important, and we tend to forget about that. That's why they're so important to me. And every storybook, every fairy tale has that certain magical element to it, even if they are as ghetto as this. And I would like to share that sort of magic moment with you all here tonight. Right there on the table, there's a little storybook that's been there. Would you do me a favor and pick it up? And there's a bookmark, or a little flaggy right there. Go ahead and open it up to there. And there's an index card in there. What does that index card say?
Once upon a time, there was a peasant girl who lived inside a George. One day, she fell in love with the prince, who quickly became obsessed with her necklace. But the queen was a real bee, disapproved of the young love, so the prince and the peasant girl sneaked out one night and used the king's magical sea slug to teleport themselves to a faraway land where they got married and they lived happily ever after. The end.
Yeah. That is a perfect match. And I hope you all are a little bit more inspired to go out and dream and maybe get your passion sparked. Thank you, Gail. Round of applause to Gail, everybody. And a round of applause to yourselves for all of us coming together and helping make a fairy tale that we may be able to tell to our grandkids one day. Thank you. I'm Mental Wes.